we're less than an hour away from the kickoff of Berwick Bulldogs football on Pop Radio. Streaming line at thisispopradio.com. Brought to you by
Overhead Door of Berwick, Berwick Notary, State Farm Insurance, Sean Black and Lori Powell, First Keystone Community Bank, the Willows Golf Course, Journey Bank, Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg, Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg, Berwick Dental Arts, W&L Subaru, Nissan and Mazda, Reds Roofing, Preferred Portables, Nespoli Jewelers, Neighborhood Fence, Ken Pollock Ford, Mayo Funeral Home, ND Accounting and Consulting, and Mason's Monogram Service.
It's time for the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio. Here with the first-year head coach of the Berwick Bulldogs is Jim Doyle.
High school football's second season, the postseason playoffs, kicks off tonight. The Bulldogs have made the long trip to Lake Ariel for their first ever meeting with the Wildcats of Western Wayne, the number 2 seed in this 8-team District 2 3A tournament. Western Wayne is 9-1. The Dogs, the 7th seed, finished the regular season 4-6, but won 3 of their last 4, including last Friday's 55-6 win over Tunkhannock at Crispin Field. CJ, looking back on last Friday's game, I can't think of a better way to close the regular season than a dominating win on senior night and no injuries that I saw. It all came together perfectly, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly did, Jim. And it was one of those things where all week we said we wanted to continue to keep playing our best football towards the end of the season. And I think that offensively we cut down on our penalties significantly. We were able to run the ball and throw the ball more effectively than we have since Nanticoke, or as effectively as we have since the Nanticoke game. You know, with Ashton coming back and making his first start since week 3, I thought that he looked comfortable for the most part in the pocket. He got the ball out on time. And obviously, Tymir ran the ball fantastically. Our offensive line did great, and our defense was stellar the entire football game. So it was a very good way to finish the season, especially for our senior class.
Yeah, Ty had 301 yards and 4 touchdowns. I hope we never take that for granted.
Absolutely.
Because it's becoming a regular thing with him. He's not letting up, is he?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He just continues to get better and better and better. And you go back and you look at the film and you just see some of the cuts that he's able to make. And his patience has just grown so much, his field vision. And when he sticks his foot and when he gets that burst through the line of scrimmage and through the second level, he's tough to catch. And so, it's always nice being able to give the ball to 5 and think that you always have an opportunity to score a touchdown whenever he touches it. But, we know that for this week, it might not be that easy being able to rip off 85-yarders and 70-yarders. So, looking for him to keep continuing to sustain drives and being able to use Galusha a little bit more this week as a 1-2 punch against a very, very good and formidable Western Wayne front that they have with their front 7.
Late in the first quarter last Friday, you had the game at the Tunkhannock. You had the ball at the Tunkhannock 1-yard line, and Chase Shuckers gets the call. The lineman takes it in for the touchdown. Was that a spur-of-the-moment thing, or did you have that plan going in?
Last Monday, Chase and I made a bet, and I said, Chase, if we get the ball inside the 3-yard line, I'll put you at fullback, and I'll let you try to get a touchdown on a fullback dive. And so he made me shake on it. And, after that, we're lucky that wasn't a safety on that punt, or else he wouldn't have gotten that opportunity. But it was pretty cool for Chase. He's been a starter here since he was a freshman. He's really put the time in. He's grinded through injuries and battled and really emerged as a senior leader for us, and he's been a captain every single week, and so it was awesome to give him that opportunity to score on senior night.
Billy Hanson had been your quarterback since week 4, and then last Friday you went back to Ashton Smith, who was the starter at the start of the season. What was the mindset there?
So we knew when we brought Billy in, what we wanted to do was be able to kind of use him in our running game and be able to continue to spread teams out and use him as sort of a zone read and option quarterback. And, once we finally, in week 5, put Tymir at running back, it kind of made us a little bit more one-dimensional with what Billy can do. And so, we kind of saw against Selinsgrove when teams were loading 9, 10 guys in the box, sometimes 11, regardless of what misdirection you do, it was hard to get Billy carries and it was hard to find him space to get open. And so we thought, and especially looking at last week and looking at a potential first round playoff matchup where we were going to see very good defenses and guys who were in teams that were going to stack the box, we thought that our best opportunity to be successful was to put Billy back out at wide receiver so we can have legitimate number 1 receiver threat out there, which we proved that we can do on Friday. With Ashton, we were able to run the ball effectively, use play action motion and, just be able to throw the ball. And Billy had a nice route. Ashton, great play action fake. And, what Ashton does well is in that pro quarterback sense, he's able to just understand the footwork and the timing and play fakes a little bit better. And so, with him not being a starter for 6 weeks, for him to be able to come back, have a great week of practice, never lose faith in himself, it was really awesome to see it. And then, when you have that conversation with Billy about, listen, Billy, I think this is the best thing for the team at this point, and especially going into the postseason, he was all for it. Coach, whatever I can do, whatever we can do to be successful, to help the team to win a playoff game and continue to make this run, I'm all for it. So it was awesome to see the guys bought in like that. And, I think that Billy, with 2 catches, I think 85 yards and a touchdown last week, it kind of was able to soften the defense up for our run game to continue to be successful.
Well, the Bulldogs defense turned in another great performance last Friday. Up next, CJ will tell us about that strong showing. You're listening to the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio.
Be moved in a Mazda from W&L.
Jump in with the whole family for a night of memories in the third row Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, offering 1.9% financing for 72 months.
Or choose bold utility in the all-new CX-70. You will elevate your driving experience with the comfortable cabin and expansive cargo capacity. Right now, W&L Mazda is offering 2.9% for 72 months.
See us off Route 11 in Northumberland and online at WNLMazda.com.
Financing available to well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other discounts or incentives other than loyalty or military offers. Offers end 10/31/24. See W&L Mazda for complete offer details.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You're looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwave stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
At Journey Bank, we believe your checking account should do more for you. That's why we offer Bazing Checking. With Bazing Checking, enjoy cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and savings both in-store and online at over 300,000 local and national retailers.
Bazing Checking not only helps me save money with deals and discounts, it also protects my cell phone and provides peace of mind when I'm on the road.
Bazing Checking. It's banking that looks out for you. Switch to Bazing Checking at Journey Bank today. Visit journeybank.com or stop by any of our 20 community office locations. Journey Bank. Let's get you there.
Stop. Don't make your next car payment. Instead, get a new vehicle at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Because right now, we're offering a 120% of Kelley Blue Book trade value buyback bonus, up to $2,500. Just find the vehicle you want from our huge selection of new Buicks and GMCs and get 120% of KBB trade-in value for yours. It's the 120% of KBB buyback bonus event going on now at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. The lowest price guaranteed.
You're listening to the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio. Here with the first-year head coach of the Berwick Bulldogs is Jim Doyle.
Sharkey Rossetti Stadium here in Lake Ariel is the venue for tonight's District 2 3A quarterfinal game as the Bulldogs take on the Wildcats of Western Wayne. When the Cats have the ball, it'll be strength against strength. They're led by senior running back Josh Vinton, who has rushed for over 4,600 career yards. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs' defense has been outstanding in stopping the run. CJ, last Friday, your defense held Tunkhannock to 51 yards, rushing on 37 attempts. In your team's last 4 games, you're holding the opposition to less than 2 yards a carry. What's defensive coordinator R.J. Hawes' defense doing to stop the run?
No, certainly. It's all started with just our preparation in the weight room this past offseason to help our guys feel more confident and more dominant when they get into the defensive mindset to go out on the field on Friday nights. And, Coach Hawes has done a great job in mixing up fronts. I mean, we'll go from a 4-3 to a 5-2 to a 5-3, sometimes a 6-man front. Our defensive line is playing games. Our backers are dropping. Our backers are bluff and blitz. Our defensive ends are doing some different and creative things. And so I think that for offensive linemen to try in the high school level to decipher what we're doing and pick things up last second, it sometimes is difficult for them to do that. However, it really comes down to, not only has Coach Hawes been great with these guys all year, but it comes down to our guys just having a passion and a purpose to say, hey, we want to be great. We want to be able to stop the run. And we know that we've got a good secondary behind our front 7 who can stop the pass. And so, our challenge to them every week is, to be able to stop the run, continue to dominate. We want sacks, we want pressure, and we want them to have to be able to throw the ball to try to beat us.
And it has to be gratifying to you as a staff, to your team, that defense has gotten so much better as the season's progressed.
Absolutely. And you look at, I know we talked about it briefly this season, but for Berwick's had to have last year the statistically worst defense since 1920, and to see the strides that we've made as a defense, from last year to this year, but to continue to get stronger over the course of the season, it really just speaks volumes about our guys and the fact that they've been bought in for now over 10 weeks and really just an entire off season and regular season. And so our big thing that we've talked about all year, just keep getting better, be process oriented instead of outcome oriented, and things will take care of themselves if we do those little things correctly.
What's also nice is you look at that defensive lineup, and most people are back next year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Chase will be a big loss, obviously. We're losing some guy. We're losing he and Billy and Julian, who's played well for us. But our junior and our sophomore classes, those are the guys that have really continued to improve over the course of the season, and guys who haven't played a ton of defense, and like J.J. Leonard and Matt Gordner, Gabe Decker, who's a freshman, and Skylar Neville, who changed positions. It's these guys who have really continued to work on their craft, get better individually, and just have some more chemistry going together over the course of the season. So to have those guys back, it's definitely encouraging.
Well, tonight is the district quarterfinals. Bulldogs facing a 9-1 Western Wayne team. Later in the show, CJ will tell us about the Wildcats. But up next, it's the Bulldog Spotlight feature. You're listening to the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio.
Be moved in a Mazda from WNL.
Jump in with the whole family for a night of memories in the third row Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid, offering 1.9% financing for 72 months.
Or choose bold utility in the all-new CX-70. You will elevate your driving experience with the comfortable cabin and expansive cargo capacity. Right now, WNL Mazda is offering 2.9% for 72 months.
See us off Route 11 in Northumberland and online at WNLMazda.com.
Financing available to well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other discounts or incentives other than loyalty or military offers. Offers end 10/31/24. See WNL Mazda for complete offer details.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You're looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwaves, stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
At Journey Bank, we believe your checking account should do more for you. That's why we offer Bazing Checking. With Bazing Checking, enjoy cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and savings both in-store and online at over 300,000 local and national retailers.
Bazing Checking not only helps me save money with deals and discounts, it also protects my cell phone and provides peace of mind when I'm on the road.
Bazing Checking. It's banking that looks out for you. Switch to Bazing Checking at Journey Bank today. Visit journeybank.com or stop by any of our 20 community office locations. Journey Bank. Let's get you there.
Stop. Don't make your next car payment. Instead, get a new vehicle at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Because right now, we're offering a 120% of Kelley Blue Book trade value buyback bonus, up to $2,500. Just find the vehicle you want from our huge selection of new Buicks and GMCs and get 120% of KBB trade-in value for yours. It's the 120% of KBB buyback bonus event going on now at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. The lowest price guaranteed.
You're listening to the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio. Here with the first-year head coach of the Berwick Bulldogs is Jim Doyle.
The 2024 high school football season kicked off in late August. Now that the calendar has turned to November, it's time for the postseason playoffs. Here in the Lake Ariel, the Bulldogs face a 9-1 Western Wayne team in a district quarterfinal. In our next segment, CJ will tell us about the Wildcats. Now it's time for our weekly feature, Bulldog Spotlight. Tonight, the spotlight is on junior safety Alex Estrella. CJ, Alex's teammates showed what they think of him by voting for him to be a team captain before the season began. What do you think of Alex Estrella?
Alex Estrella is one of the greatest guys that I've ever coached from a personality and from a hard-working standpoint. I mean, Alex Estrella did not miss a day last year in the weight room. He really has made a consistent effort to change his mind and his body and his attitude. And he's always had a great attitude, but it was just taking that next step to kind of develop that toughness and that killer instinct to play defense. And even as he's getting some offense as well now, playing some wide receiver. And, one thing about Alex Estrella, which is why I believe his teammates have so much respect for him, him is he will do anything that you ask him to, and he will never say a word about it. I mean, Alex has been out there playing some Z wide receiver for us, and I mean, especially when Billy was playing quarterback, and Alex didn't get the ball thrown to him a ton. You know, he had one carry for a 50-yard touchdown against Wyoming area and didn't really get the ball a ton more, and he's never said one word about it. He goes out, he does his job, he blocks, he encourages people, he's always got the fire in his eyes, he's motivational. You know, guys just really look up to him, and they respond when Alex does something. I think that, you know, defensively, when Alex was playing last year, had a couple of missed tackles, and he just really wasn't physical, but, you know, we moved him to free safety this year because he is truly the quarterback of our defense. He's brilliant. He's a distinguished honor roll student, National Honor Society. He's got about a 100 overall GPA, and he gets our guys into position. So he just does everything that you would ask for a player to do.
So the tangibles, he has the speed. He's one of your track stars, but he's a communicator as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, he's able to, you know, go back there whenever we have to check into a coverage. I mean, he's making the calls. He's telling everybody what they have to do. He's getting guys into the correct position. And he's made a bunch of plays this year with pass breakups and had a couple interceptions. And he's coming up and he's filling and he's making tackles. And so it's just so great to see him have fun out there, you know, because he truly is one of those guys that he loves the process. And when he goes out on Friday night, he lets it rip. And it's so great to see him, especially when he's having fun and being successful out there on defense.
You mentioned that long touchdown run he had at Wyoming area. Could you foresee him being more of an offensive contributor next season?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, you know, Alex has worked very, very hard to be where he's at right now. And I remember when I was my first year as a junior high head coach here, Alex came in the summer and he'd never played football before. And so, you know, he was just starting to learn things and he just absorbs things so fast. And so I think that, you know, with graduation and our wide receivers and him having the speed that he does, you know, him continuing to grow confidence, I certainly believe that he'll be a much bigger piece of our offense next year.
In the Bulldog Spotlight, junior safety Alex Estrella. Tonight, Alex and his Bulldog teammates take on Western Wayne in a District 2 3A quarterfinal. Up next, CJ will tell us about the Wildcats offense. You're listening to the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle and the Berwick Bulldogs head coach CJ Curry. Brought to you by
Overhead Door of Berwick, Berwick Notary, State Farm Insurance, Sean Black and Lori Powell, First Keystone Community Bank, the Willows Golf Course, Journey Bank, Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg, Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg, Berwick Dental Arts, W&L Subaru Nissan and Mazda, Reds Roofing, Preferred Portables, Nespoli Jewelers, Neighborhood Fence, Ken Pollock Ford, Mayo Funeral Home, ND Accounting and Consulting, and Mason's Monogram Service.
You'll only find the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio and streaming online at thisispopradio.com.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 35 years experience. And new Bulldog wear for every age, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. They even make online fundraising easy for you. Stop in today to discuss your next fundraising opportunity. You can also shop at masonsmonogramming.com for their new inventory and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogramming for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Stop. Don't make your next car payment. Instead, get a new vehicle at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Because right now, we're offering a 120% of Kelley Blue Book trade value buyback bonus, up to $2,500. Just find the vehicle you want from our huge selection of new Buicks and GMCs and get 120% of KBB trade-in value for yours. It's the 120% of KBB buyback bonus event going on now at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. The lowest price guaranteed.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You're looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever dream of. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, microwave stoves. They even give free estimates on Fujitsu ductless air conditioner heat pump units. Flick Brothers Electric on Maple Lane, keeping Bloomsburg cool, clean, and cooking for over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing. plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
You're listening to the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio. Here with the first-year head coach of the Berwick Bulldogs is Jim Doyle.
The postseason playoffs are upon us, and the Bulldogs are part of the District 2-3A tournament. Tonight, top-seeded Scranton Prep is at home against Tunkhannock. Third-seeded Wyoming Area has a home game against Carbondale Area. Lake Lehman is at Mid-Valley in a 4-versus-5 matchup. And the Dogs are here in Lake Ariel to face second-seeded Western Wayne, a team with a 9-1 record. Their only loss to Mid-Valley. CJ, the Western Wayne team features a run-heavy offense led by senior running back Josh Vinton. He has over 4,600 career rushing yards. Describe him.
Yeah, Josh is a super, super tough downhill runner, but he also has great speed. I mean, you look at him and he's 5'8", 185 pounds, but the way that he takes the ball and the way that he explodes through the hole, if you don't stop him behind the line of scrimmage, it's going to be difficult to stop him in general. And so, you mentioned that he's got, 4,600 plus yards in his career, and you can see why when you break it down on tape, because tough for the first guy to bring him down. He's got electrifying speed, but also, he lowers his shoulder. And he's has a low center of gravity. He's able to bring the boom when he lowers his shoulder, but he's also able to use some moves, and he's a one-cut guy who's able to make guys miss as well. And so nice being able to run behind the offensive line that they have. I think their offensive line is super big. They're physical, they're tough, and they're able to execute their assignments perfectly. They don't do a ton of different things in their runs. They have probably 6 base runs out of multiple different packages, and it's just difficult to stop that. So they've challenged defenses all year to try to stop their run, and it's been difficult to do that, especially, with the size and the strength of their line and with Vinton running behind them. It's been, led by a very good fullback as well. Jimenez is a tough kid, great blocker, and guys just understand what they do. They're confident in what they do, and they've been successful doing it all season.
Yeah, that line averages 255 pounds, tackle to tackle, and they're all seniors, so that is a good group. Their quarterback, John Pyatt, doesn't throw a lot, but throws effectively. 11 touchdown passes. Is that off play action because of their great running game?
Yeah, some of it is play action. They have a nice waggle play that they use after they continue to use the run, and they try to set it up with the run, and they'll come off and use some play action. However, they have a wide receiver named Sean Owens, who's just an unbelievable athlete. I believe that he's up there in Western Wayne history as a wide receiver and reception yards. And, you watch him against Mid-Valley in the first play of the game, he runs a 5-yard hitch and gets the catch, breaks a tackle, and he breaks it off for 55 yards for a touchdown. And so, Owens is an incredible threat who comes out of the slot. He'll come in motion, and he's in the flat. They'll throw it to him deep. And so, between he and a big tight end in number 88, who's 6'4", 230 pounds. They have some weapons that they can throw to. They'll use Vinton on some screens and set up the run, and then they'll go back with the screen. And so our guys have to be disciplined. They have to play tough all night, try to own their gaps, and make sure that we don't get caught up on something as we're trying to sell out to stop this run.
Well, to your point about Sean Owens, 31 receptions. He's averaging 21 yards a catch and has 7 touchdowns. But he also averages 11.7 yards a carry on 16 attempts. Where's he getting carries?
Yeah, so Sean will play a Wildcat quarterback, and he did it a little bit against Wyoming Area. He did it a little bit against Lackawanna Trail that we were able to see earlier this season as we were breaking down the trail film of them. But they'll do zone read, and they'll do outside zone and inside zone read. They'll do power read with him, and so Sean's just a great athlete who's able, when he sees a hole and when he sees some daylight, he's got great speed to get to the edge. He's got unbelievable moves where it's hard to take him down, and he's got great size. 6'1", 185, and so with all of those things he's able to do well, it's a nice little wrinkle from what they usually do in their power sets to Vinton. And then when you get number 10 and number 28 in the backfield together, it's difficult to stop them.
Well, up next, CJ will evaluate Western Wayne's defense. You're listening to the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dush.
Located at 1. Pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
Are your appliances feeling a little bit outdated? You're looking for the best deals in town? Well, look no further than Flick Brothers Electric, your go-to family-owned appliance paradise. Flick Brothers Electric has all the top-notch name-brand appliances you could ever. For over 65 years. Call them at 570-784-3444.
Be moved in a Mazda from WNL. Jump in. CX70. We will. Well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other discounts or incentives other than loyalty or military offers. Offers end 10/31/24. See WNL Mazda for complete offer details.
You're listening to the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio. Here with the first-year head coach of the Berwick Bulldogs is Jim Doyle.
The first ever meeting between Berwick and Western Wayne tonight here at the Sharkey Rossetti Stadium in Lake Ariel. It's the District 2 3A quarterfinal. CJ, before I ask you about Western Wayne's defense, it's worth noting this may be the most experienced team you've faced this season. 18 of their 22 starters are seniors, including all 11 on offense. That makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, these guys have been playing better and better as the seasons have gone on. And you look back last year and you see, I believe that they were an 8-win football team. That they played Lake Lehman in the playoffs, which is a game that we were trying to watch of Lake Lehman all during the offseason. And you look at them and you say, holy cow, these guys are a pretty good football team. And so, with their experience, I think that definitely helps. I mean, these guys have been playing together for a long time, so they feel that this is their year. They're going to be excited to play. They're going to be ready to play. They have playoff experience, and so it's going to be a very formidable opponent, and we know that. We're going to get their best game, and we have to be ready to roll on Friday night.
Coach Shane Grodek lists his team's base defense as a 3-4. Let's start with that 3 up front. Great size, 260, 270, 260. How good are they?
Yeah, absolutely. They're very good players. And you watch them on tape, and they're able to just kind of get into linemen. They read where the ball is. They get off blocks, and they go make the plays. And, their quarterback is also a defensive end who's a very, very physical football player. Number 21, Quinn Schwartz, is their other defensive end, very physical football player. And so a lot of times when you watch them play, it looks like that they're really in a 5-2. However, those defensive ends or outside linebackers, if you will sometimes drop into coverage, which makes it difficult to get our reads. So that's something that we've worked all week this week. If we're in that situation where we need to throw the football, to make sure that we're able to see where those outside backers and defensive ends are. But, big physical linebackers, a big front 3 in that, and then they have 4 defensive backs who can make it happen. They come downhill. They're not afraid to hit. Watching those guys, they play a very nice kind of almost like a cover 2 read defense where guys are coming off of their a vertical to come and make a play on an out route, so to speak. And so I've seen that over and over again watching their film. And so I think that these guys are very experienced, and they're locked into their game plans almost every single week, and they've looked very, very good over the course of the season.
As the number 7 team, you are not supposed to win this game over the number 2 team, but coming in having won 3 of your last 4, playing your best football right now, you got a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've talked about it all week, and we said, why not us? You know, and we've said all year we wanted to play our best football right now. We wanted to punch our ticket in the playoffs, and now everybody's 0-0. And playoff football has a different type of intensity, has a different type of atmosphere. And so, you know, with our coaching staff and some of the guys on this football team being in playoff experience before, I mean, you look back, and there's guys on this team who went as an 8 seed last year to Valley View and lost 12-7 and had the ball driving inside the red zone at the end of the football game, you know, going to win the game. And so, you know, and any given Friday night, anything can happen. But with that being said, we have to, number one, believe every single play. And we're going to face adversity at some point tonight. So we have to be prepared for that and be able to just continue to weather the storm, play for each other, play tough, play physical, play for each other. And then, you know, we'll let the chips fall where they are. But, you know, we want to be tough and we want to just fight to the very end. And I think that that's something that our guys have shown in previous weeks that they've been able to do.
Once again, thanks for your time and good luck in trying to pull this one off.
Thank you very much, Jim.
If the Bulldogs knock off the Wildcats here tonight, you'll hear another CJ Curry show next Friday prior to a game against the winner of tonight's Carbondale-Wyoming area game. Stay tuned now for Berwick at Western Wayne football here on Pop Radio.
This has been the CJ Curry Show on Pop Radio. Next, we go live to the press box with Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickman.